Hi there, welcome back to a new episode. On this one, we are looking at Idex stock because this one has been down for the majority of last week, as a lot of stocks have been, and this one is actually down a bit further today. The question is, should you buy, should you sell if you already own shares? Well, obviously, I am not a financial advisor, so please do make sure to do your own research, but in this one, I'm telling you all of my opinions. If you might enjoy it though, please do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are trying to grow the channel. Thank you for all the support so far. Let's just keep it going into the next few weeks, get past 10k and on our road to 100k. Thank you for everything so far. Like I said, if we can keep growing, it would be appreciated, but let's jump into the episode. Yeah, so Ideanomics stock has actually been quite disappointing today. In comparison to a lot of the indexes, we can see this one is down when a lot of the indexes are actually up, which is not fantastic at all. But right now, it has been down for even longer with an actual quite decent decrease of about 23% in the last week. So the question is, should you buy or should you sell? And what can I see happening with this one now? Well, first things first, to get 100% perspective on why this is happening, I definitely do believe that we need to look at IDEX over the past month. In the past month, we can see that the share price initially increased by about 56% in just a few weeks. I think subsequently we were bound to see a bit of a sell-off. Now, with the whole market being down, I think this also added to the effect because I think a lot more people bought this stock simply off of the hype, thinking that it was going to continue to rocket. I think what happened is a lot of people got in on that fear of missing out basis. Now, unfortunately, when people do this, yes, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but one of the side effects can be that the stock price plummets at the first sign of bad news. Now, the initial bad news for this one was obviously the whole market sell-off, which caused the stock price to drop. And I can understand that with this stock being so cheap, a lot of people probably lost a lot of money. I think some of the people who were a bit scared probably got out of this stock. Is that a bad thing? Not really. And I definitely think that now is a much better buy than it was previously, because I think it got a lot of attention, got pumped up just a bit too much. I think we're in a much better standing now. Now, as to the whole month, looking at how things panned out after that one, we are still up by about 5%, which is more realistic, to be honest. I think going forwards, IDEX stock still could be a fantastic buy. Obviously, if you'd have bought this one at the lows of about $1.79, you would still be up about 100%, so things really are still doing decently. I think with this stock, it has expanded a little bit too quickly, because yes, it is a stock which could be worth over $10, but I don't think that's going to happen overnight, and I don't think it should happen overnight. So initially, I think this sell-off is kind of a reset in price. I think it is quite a healthy thing to see, honestly. I think now it looks like this one is kind of leveling out, and hopefully tomorrow will be positive for the stock. Now, would I buy it at the current price? Honestly, I think it's one of the best price points that we have seen so far. But if I was going to be buying this stock, I would definitely be averaging the cost out. For example, if I was going to buy 10,000 shares, just an example by the way, I would buy 1,000 shares a day for the next 10 days, just to, factor in the fact that we might get the best price by doing that, because right now it is quite uncertain where this one is going in the next week. And personally, I do believe that that cost averaging method will give us the best price outcomes. But overall, if you are buying IDEX stock, I'm sure you are probably aware, this one is more of a long-term hold as well. It's definitely for more of the next 5 to 10 years, in my opinion, with what they do. And of course, with that being factored in, I think it's not the worst thing in the world that this stock is dropping. So I definitely do believe it can hit $10, $20, maybe 30, 40 or 50, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. It definitely may hit $10 this year for sure, but I think, $20, $30 and above is happening in the next 5 to 10 years. Not necessarily a bad thing, and I'm sure that's not something that a lot of people do want to hear, but let's face it, that is going to be insane gains if it does happen. But obviously, with electric vehicles not being as widely used at the moment, it just makes sense that this stock shouldn't be as high as it initially was. I think subsequently we saw that sell-off, which isn't a bad thing at all. This one got carried a bit too high because of a lot of hype, and I think subsequently now we are in a much better position. I think yes, it could be a fantastic buy, like I've said, if you do get in at the right price points. But I think even then, it should be something that you hold for the next few years and see where it goes. Either way, though, it is more of a speculative play, as this company is kind of established, but obviously with their business model, it's not 100% widely scalable right now, because a lot of vehicles aren't electric in this market space. I think that is something that needs to be considered. It probably will change going forwards, but right now obviously that infrastructure is not there. I think that is why the share price fell a little bit as soon as it rocketed by a significant amount. But yeah, it could be a fantastic buy. Please do tell me what you think down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.